Hey, Flo here. I'm about to get started on another woodworking stream. Just took me a couple minutes to get outside. So today I have a couple doors left on that front side that I've been working on, the rolling shelf wall. I'm gonna try to get those filled in. And then if I finish with that, I'll do something on the back side maybe. If I can even get this door open to get outside. So over the weekend, I don't remember when, but at some point I got a few more cedar planks to finish these doors. It's not enough to do like significantly more things on the project than my original target, but it will allow me to fulfill the original design. There's some more stuff I want to add to it later, but my primary focus is to get this first side of the thing complete, and then I'll decide later, maybe not high priority or soon, I don't know, about the other side of it. Not really set up, so it'll take me a while just to get my tools out and junk like usual. Alright, camera should be on now. So these are the cedar planks I got. I just got 6 of them, which probably only really need like maybe 2 at the most for the missing doors on the front. So that'll leave 4 for whatever. But eventually I might put similar doors on the other side of the shelf and maybe even on the sides, just to kind of enclose the space so dust doesn't get in there. But I might approach it a different way too, or just not put doors on there. But those other doors on the other sides are not high priority. It's mainly just closing it in on one side that I wanted to do. And these seem really fresh. They still got sawdust on them. They got a strong cedar smell. So I'm gonna have to move this big rolling platform out of the way. Still don't have a place for it. That's gonna be one of my next projects to work on at some point. Not sure if I'll get to it like anytime soon, but I need to build some walls for this thing too. As of now, it's just always in the way. I always have to move it. Eventually it'll be out on the front deck. It's gonna be a rolling cart for like firewood, and it'll serve a couple other purposes. All right, let's get arranged here. So I'm gonna need the table saw, maybe the chop saw. The table saw kind of works as a chop saw for most pieces that I've been working on, but a few times when it's a little bit easier, quicker to use the saw. Why is that so wiggly? It's not even moving. Like the tripod isn't moving. I don't know why it's doing that. That's odd. Huh. That's very strange. I'll try to reset it or turn it now. I don't know what caused that. That was weird. Hopefully it doesn't do that a bunch today, because I won't be looking at the back of the screen to see that. Almost looks like it's zoomed up more than normal. I have to have this camera really far back to show everything. Forgot to plug power in, so I'll be right back to do that. All right, just to give a quick overview, I already said what I'm going to do, but I'll kind of show. So those two openings, these two here and here are going to be doors that open up this way and that way toward the center. So I'm going to make those today, and then once I'm done with that, I might do some stuff on the other side, but I don't know. We'll see how productive I can be, and don't plan too far ahead. See if I can gather any extra materials. I wish these were long enough. I could make a shorter door than the other, but I think I'd like it to match the height. These are almost high enough though. Barely a difference. I probably could get away with that, but I think I'll not do that. These are crappy, scrappy boards that I cut that have massive, I guess, wane or something to them, where they're basically just chunked out, very badly milled or whatever. So I don't think I'm going to use these. I might be able to use them for something, but I may as well use the couple good pieces that I have left, which isn't much, so I might actually have to use those. These are the only two pieces I have left, and they also are badly milled on the ends. This one's fine. That should be enough for these two doors, I think. It'll be kind of close. There, we'll see. All right, so I need to get some basic measurements in here before I start cutting anything. As far as height, I'm going to just match the existing doors, which I think were 20 inches maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, about 20 inches. Then width. Looks like 12 3/8 on this side. A little less than 12 3/8 on the other side. So first one we'll do 12 3/8. So 20 inches, I could, let me see how long these things are, because I might compromise and go a little bit less than 20 if, I think these are maybe 60 inches long, or maybe even 72, I don't know. We'll find out. Probably supposed to be about 6 feet long, but usually the dimensions they give you at the store are not necessarily exact. In this case, it's pretty close. So we got 6 feet, 72 inches. So I can get at least 3 cuts out of each of these. I think I'll just do that. And they are how wide? A little over 5, so 5 3/8. So we're going to need 3 of them per door. Unfortunately, just like a little tiny bit from a third one. So we need 3, 6. We need 5 lengths essentially, because the third on each door can be cut from the same plank. So we need 5 cuts. I think I'm just going to cut them out of the same one here from end to end until we run out. Where's my pencil? Or a pencil. I have lots of them strewn about. Well, I don't know how to screws. Well, I don't think I will for these 2 doors, but if I started anything on the other side, I could possibly run out. It'll be nice when I'm finally kind of finished with this and I can just roll it into place and start putting stuff on it, or just getting stuff out of the way, because it's a total disaster in here currently. I don't really trust measuring tapes anymore. They're fine, but I don't know. I'm curious how they measure up to this thing. Pretty close. It's fine. Okay. Cut to 20. I might cut them on center, 20 on center of the blade, rather than cutting on the opposite side to make sure it's 20, because the current doors that I'm matching them up with were a little bit short of 20. So it's okay. Let's see. Okay, so I have to do these cross cuts on the table saw. I mean, I don't have to, but it's just easier because I wish I had a radial arm saw, you know, the kind that you pull this way, because then I could do a little bit better cross cuts, but since I don't, it's just as easy to do it on the table saw. My eye protection. Oh, I keep forgetting to charge my cordless impact driver and drill batteries. Let me get that hooked up so it's at least charging while I'm not using it. Pretty hot in here, so I think I'll turn the angled fan I have up in the loft on. I don't know if it'll do much. I also got some 2x6s cut down that I can use to make the staircase up to the top of the loft, but I'm not going to do that right now. It might be later this week, another stream or something. We'll see. Got to clamp down the saw. It's almost impossible to cut if it's not clamped down. Alright, that's better. Didn't get a great cut on this because it was moving the whole time, but it should be good enough. think the cedar planks I had from the ones that my dad brought over were a little bit shorter. I think they were like 5 feet long, and these are 6 feet. All right, got 3, just need 2 more. This part has a split on it, so I'm going to go on this end here. All 5 pieces. Now I need to cut these lengthwise. Figure out how much I need to cut off each one. I think I only need about 1 inch extra. Yep, less than 1.5 inches. Alright, so I need to decide which ones I want to be uncut, the nicest looking boards with the least amount of knots or cracks. That's the best one. That's pretty good. That's not bad either. I think these 4 will be the ones that I keep. This will be the one that I split. So I need a little bit less than 1.5 inches for the first one. looks about right. Kind of funny thing. You actually have to have something to measure with when you're measuring stuff. I don't really get it, but I'm trying to learn something new as I go. It's pretty much the same for this side, except just a tiny bit smaller. So I could even cut it the same width and probably be okay, but I think I'll cut just a tiny bit off of there. Might have to trim this later. Okay. Next, I'm going to split the support pieces into three. I don't think these are the same. One's thinner than the other. Really? Stupid fly on my head. Okay, this one sucks. I might have to use some of these crappy ones because this is all I have left. So it's between these crappy ones and the other crappy ones. I have to use some of it. 13.9 divided by 3. Don't remember what that is. About 4.6. Crazy how much sap gets on these rulers when I'm working with this stuff. Definitely can't use these for bookbinding again unless I really clean them well. answer. Maybe they'll be fire ants or something kind of red colored. Never seen those here. Interesting. Hope they're not going in the shop. They probably are. Actually, I have no idea what they're doing. Okay, I have to figure out what we got here. I think these are the ones I cut, 1.5 inches or so. One of them should be a little bit smaller than the other. Barely. Okay, so this is extra. Let's put this over here. I think this is just the extra scrap too. Okay, we got all these to work with. Some of them are pretty terrible, but it's okay. Then I have these other ones that were also already terrible. They might not be any worse than some of these new ones that I cut, so we'll just throw them in here. This one's the worst of all. It's like terrible, completely bad. These two are just bad. If I can avoid using those, I'll try to make do with these, but they might not be long enough. All right, let's start putting this together then. Looks like my battery got a decent charge. It's not all the way up, but good thing I did plug it in. It probably would have ran out. I'm going to put that little strip in the middle so it's not like on the edge, compromising the strength of the door. So we'll put the two big ones on the outside and the little one in the middle. We just need to measure the width of this door, cut the supports. .2 about. I need 3 of those. What would be awesome is if these were, wait, what was that, 31.2? I don't remember. Yeah. It'd be awesome if these were over 64. Nope. So we can only get 1 length out of each of these. It's unfortunate. So I will probably need to use the crappy ones. not even gonna cut the end off of these like I have been. I'll just use that part as well. Get a quick drink. Yeah, too short to use these, unfortunately. I can use them for another little bit later. I need some scraps to have to cut that notch out of the door, and then I need a secondary support for that remaining section, so I'll use them for that probably. All right, so 3 of these. Need all my various drill bits. I don't know where they went. Hopefully I have enough hinges. I think I do. I have more than enough generally speaking, but a couple of them are a little bent out of shape, so I'll either have to hammer them into shape, or I might still have enough non-bent ones to finish this project. I bought more than I needed because they were only 25 cents each. I didn't want to have to keep going back and forth to the store. Then later I noticed a couple of them are kind of bent, so yeah, we'll see. Probably have enough though. Hey Jake, how long have I been? There's like 3 possibilities. How long have I been streaming today? Or how long have I been working on this project? Or how long have I been a streamer in general? Not sure which one. Been working on this project for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. Just on and off as I have time. Today I've probably been streaming for about an hour or so. And I have been a streamer since 2019. The other possibility is how long have I been on Pixel specifically, which I don't remember. It's been a while though. Okay. I'm a variety streamer though, I don't always do woodworking. I do a lot of different things. Alright, next, other side. Currently making doors for a rolling shelf wall, as I call it, because it is a wall to separate areas in the shop, and it's also a large shelf to put a bunch of stuff on. And it has wheels on it, so it's rolling, you can move it around. I have never seen the concept before, so I mean I can't claim responsibility for it, because probably someone else has made a wall that rolls around, but I'd never seen it, so it's kind of my own invention. Seems to me it makes a lot of sense though, like instead of having a permanent wall that you want shelves on anyway, you may as well just make the wall a shelf and have it move around so you can change the volume of your space if you want. Sure, it's been done before. I didn't actually search for the idea. I already knew what I wanted to do and got some inspiration from a YouTuber on how to build a shelf. Hey, Kamal, thanks for the follow. Whoops. The other thing I could have done is cut, instead of having this like 1.5 inch strip in the middle, I could have cut this one down to be a little bit smaller and split the difference between these, but it's okay. It would have been nice to get 2 screws in this shorter one, make it a little bit better connection, but I think it'll be fine. Especially with it wedged in the middle there, it should stay put. All right, now measure the center. .6 and 5.3. Should get a bigger one of these, it'd be nice. I almost bought a pack of them when I was at Harbor Freight a couple weeks ago. Nice just to be able to go all the way across this. I like this kind better than the standard speed squares that are a triangle because they just get too big and you wouldn't be able to fit it in here to do your measurement, whereas this kind doesn't have that big angle sticking out so you can get it in tighter spaces. But it's not long enough, so I'm just going to do this method. And we are 4.4, so 2.2. Kind of hard to believe that 5 years have passed since I started streaming. Man, this segment of my life has just flown by and I feel like nothing has been accomplished. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Hopefully I'm building up to something. It's my hope. Whoa, that split the wood even though I re-drilled it. Whoa, that's crazy. This might split this whole piece in half. I'm gonna have to replace it. I think it was already split a little bit. I'll just leave it there for now since it hasn't split all the way across. Should hold. Always replace it later. All right, here's the first door. Let's see how we did on the fit. I don't remember if this is the smaller or the bigger one. I cut one of the little middle strips a little bit narrower because one side of this thing is a little bit narrower than the other. This is the notch I was talking about. I have to cut that out, and then I'll put a secondary support underneath that. Fits here and doesn't fit there, so this must be the bigger one. Obviously. I might still have to trim it a little bit though. On its width, because when I put the hinges on, I push it out a little bit further, and I don't want it like rubbing against that when it opens. But we'll figure that out at the end. First, I have to trim this piece off. I think it was 6 by, no, actually I don't know what it was. Let's measure it. I can't really cut this notch with great accuracy because I have to use the jigsaw, and I don't know, it doesn't seem to want to cut where I put it sometimes. I'll try to match this notch more or less. Looks like it's 4.3 about 5. Alright, let's try it. I don't enjoy using jigsaw to cut this kind of stuff, but not really have anything else I can use. It's not supposed to look amazing anyway, so if it's a little bit crooked, I don't get too worked up about it. it's not necessarily the same. So I didn't split that board down the middle, so I probably have to cut more off the width. So let me check that real quick. I'll just cut off 4.5 and then 5 up. Should be okay. Target. Let's see how close we can get. Make sure I'm not cutting the screw or cutting the table. I think I need to move it over a little bit. Okay, let's see how that fits. I need to trim it a little bit more. It's pretty good. Alright, so all I need to do is put that support piece on the back and then sand it. And then this door will be done. Where's that little... I thought I had a scrap somewhere. Did I just leave it out? I don't remember. Oh, these pieces. These scraps should be long enough. I'll just leave it as long as it is, I guess. Maybe I'll cut just a little bit off, just cause. Make it halfway through that board. Random choice, but it'll work. So 13.7. Maybe 6.8 or so. Close enough. Okay, so about right there. Good enough for me. Lots of butterflies out today for some reason. All right, there's the finished construction. I just need to sand it off. Okay. Could start working on the second door, but I think I'll just take a little break from that and see if I can put this in place. So I think these are all unbent hinges. Got all these hinges used, 25 cents each, so they're primo condition, but I had to like hunt out matches because they were just in this big bin. The vast majority of them that I've gotten have been totally fine. Okay, let's get these on. Not sure if I have enough screws. Should have plenty. This one. Okay. Kind of hard to do this wearing these clumsy gloves. In fact, it's getting on my nerves a little bit, so let's just take it off. Alright. Guess I'll use those shims that I was using before. Consistency. Actually, I don't think I used those up here. I don't remember. I also need to put the handle on. Okay, I think we are going to have to trim this just a little bit. I was just going to hit there. There's these really stupid flies that like to land on faces. Okay, so I'm going to have to trim the end of this just a tad. Kind of suspected I might. The metal on these hinges pushes this out a little bit. And I measured it pretty tight. Okay, I'm just trying to bit off. Annoying. If I can do it straight, it's hard. I have to freehand it on the table saw, which I don't like doing. Alright, before we sand it, make sure it took off enough. Looks pretty straight, so I feel like I didn't waver too much on the position, which is good. Okay, as long as I sand a little bit extra off of this here, I think it'll clear well enough. So the other thing I need to do is trim a tiny bit off of here too. I think we'll be good. Didn't notice that, otherwise I would have done that while I was out here. Can never find a place to put this. Not perfectly straight, but that's do. Now we got clearance, should be fine. I did have a little bit bigger shim on the bottom, I think, just in case it sags a little bit over time. I didn't actually use these shims for this spot. I used them on the bottom shove thing, so let's try to find something a little bit thicker for this. Could just hold it in place. I mean, it's not like I have to have it exact. Nope. I feel like I do need something to hold it up, otherwise it's going to slip down while I'm screwing it in, so let's find something. This might work. Probably a little bit too thick though. It's probably okay. Still hits a little bit. Okay. I guess I didn't sand that bottom corner off as well as the others. Just do that real quick so I won't be annoyed that I didn't do a great job. I'm just gonna do that real quick. I'll be right back. What? Maybe it's just because that's open. Let me see if it makes a difference if this is closed. I have to trim a little bit off that bottom edge, otherwise, yeah, it's not perfectly straight up here for some reason. If I could pull this over somehow, I don't know why it didn't get pulled to the max. Those holes are in there, but I don't do want to push it further. Without moving the hinge up or something. That'll work. Alright, so I just need to get the handle on, but I'll do that after I do the second door probably. So on the second one, I definitely want to trim it to make sure it fits. So I don't have to do a bunch of extra work. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of these pieces, just a tad. Hopes of avoiding that scenario that I just had. I wonder if I could do a trick. I think this would work if I put these two together. Never tried that before. I'm going to try it today. I don't know if that will work. So that one will pass by and this one will be butt up against it. Seems like that should work. Take off a little bit more than that. Now I'm not a no self-promo channel, but when you get comments like that are obviously spam, and it should just be deleted and banned. If it's an actual human being who wants to have a conversation, that's one thing, but there's kind of a plague of those going around Rumble and Kick right now. Alright, check that width, see if it fits in there, and if it does, it should be okay. I think we're good. Oh, like I said before, the hinges always push it out a little bit, but I think I cut off enough that even with that concept going on, I think we're still fine. Cut a little bit extra off, more than I thought I would need to, because I didn't want to have to deal with what I did last time, trimming it massive. I don't think I was super conscious about putting the best side out on that last one. Oh, okay. Go with the good side. 30.7. Trim off a bit of these before I cut them. Let's do the no look. Alright. Got this measurement, 30.7. Yeah. I have to get my tennis racket of doom if that fly keeps bothering me. .2, 25.1. All right, I'm gonna go get the tennis racket of doom, see if I can get rid of this pest. next I have to trim off that little notch in the corner. Let's check the width on this first though. Make sure it's not too wide. I think on the width we're going to be fine. So it's just a matter of cutting off that corner. With 5 by 4.8 should be fine. Almost did it on the wrong corner. Let me think. Is it? No, that's right. Okay. It would be terrible if I did that. Alright, let's check that. See if it looks like it's going to fit, and then I'll add the back support and sand it. It's pretty good to me. Alright, let's do it. I think I cut a piece for this already somewhere. I don't know if it's one of these or where. This one is right. Oh, I don't know if I put that groove there on the other one. I might have to add real quick. Cut a corner off it. Leaves on one screw in that spot. I don't remember doing that, so it probably didn't. Just gonna check that real quick. Almost certain I didn't do that. Wood split on that one again. Hopefully it doesn't split across. Okay, just need to sand and install it. Alright, that should be good enough. Four screws in here. Under here, yeah. Try to get this as tight up against this. I didn't do a great job last time to read the bottom screws. That one went better because I thought of all the complications in advance. It's necessary. So I have to find some. Oh, I actually don't have any of those. Seems like I got quite a few, but no. Okay, good. Yeah, we got enough. I'll turn screws again, no doubt. as well get that. You might be wondering why I do double doors like that here and make it like this. It's because I want to have some sort of work area, just a place to put spark on, work on. So this opens up like a hatch on both sides. I actually put a board across these two, make a longer table type thing. So that's kind of why these could also support the board in the middle. That's what I did that for. In case anybody was wondering. Just may as well put my gloves on for this. It looks like those sparks should be odd or dangerous, but they typically don't. You'll just go on your hand and move them pretty instantly, but it doesn't hurt to have gloves on. Nothing else, just to keep some of that stuff in my hands so I don't get my face or later. Alright, now I can't remember what measurements were, like 6 by 10. I'll say position of those things. Yep. This one I guess I'll put up. I don't know. Maybe I'll just in the middle. It's gonna break the mold a little bit. It's gotta reach. I have to bend down, grab it. This kind of cuts out that second set somewhere else anyway. So center makes sense to me. 50.5, so 25.25. And here, 25. Whatever that song is, I don't remember. Wander on that rule. Oh, I hate it when that happens. So let's lose it. Ooh, that sucks. Notice I went through this thing. I should have thought of that. So I wonder if the other screws are long enough to go on. Probably. I might have to trim them. Is it me? Let's have to trim these a little bit. Just a tiny bit of room. Assuming I went through that here. Yeah. Get on. Alright, I'm done. It's done. Set it aside for a while. I also kind of want to eventually side through. essentially the finished. It's basically done according to my original design, but I kind of knew that I would just never really finish. I keep that up. So yeah, these hold them nicely. I set these ones this way, so I put a these kind of table, like I put a board across this one to the other side. The other thing I'll do here is I'm going to probably put little magnet closure things, because I ordered those. I should be getting here anytime. I think I got them actually. I got a little package. Check see what that package is, because I haven't opened it. But then they'll sit out a little bit more to each other. So I also send some pads a little bit more so we can some push. Those are totally not necessary. They close well enough on their own. These kind of hinges have sort of to like close themselves. But as far as the other side, what I'm kind of thinking is making another hatch like this, except one would be halfway across so they would come to here. And essentially going across. You guys, you host again. Thanks for the host. You're doing well today. I just finished the construction on the running shop wall, but I'm going to see if I can put it around. I don't have much space in here. Try. All sorts of junk here. Make it hard to spin this around. Everything I want to do is going to be on this other side, and I may as well get it rotated that way. I need to move my career, unfortunately. Barely noticed that. Hey, Scooby Ride. Ice cream, hope you're doing well. Ice cream, sure, ice cream. Saying it again. Alright, I'm gonna plug everything and move this around a bit. Got all sorts of in the way here. Alright, so this is the side that's going to be facing shop. So it already serves mostly, except that area right there is open. But part of the reason I want to close in the sides is so it's more of a thing. And then I don't know if I'm going to make door on every opening on this side. I might just do hatches on all of them. So like instead of the sideways opening doors, so I definitely want to do that right here. This level, that's kind of a more practical to use as a table. So this isn't bad down here either, but I'd have to bend down. If I was sitting at a standard height chair, that would be okay. But yeah, I'd probably eventually make hatches for all 3 levels. So if I decide I'm never done with the project, but that's a bonus or bonus. Not really fully insert. I only got I just used up and half of them, so I only have like this many boards left, which isn't going to be enough to do all of those hats I could do. I think I'm at this middle level though. Must buy more boards, but yeah, I think maybe I'll start on those hatches today. This middle level, and then I'll decide on the rest of them later. I think I probably will put hatches pretty much on every side though, not just this side, also the short ends. They'll feel more sealed in, and that's in there won't collect massive dust as I'm working. I make it really simple and just have those plastic curtains that hang down over things. Just wrong with that. You know, a lot of warehouses have no treatment, but I can look a little bit nicer than that. You know, I may actually tack on some plastic at some point, a temporary treatment, but oh we'll see. So it's on this today.